The Ottoman Empire, a once mighty force spanning 3 continents for over 6 centuries, is one incredible story to tell. Rising from humble beginnings, it evolved into a formidable power under rulers. But how did this esteemed empire rise to prominence? Origins and rise of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, one of history's most influential entities, traces its origins to the emergence of the Ottoman Turks in the late 13th century. The progenitors of this formidable force were a group of Turkic people who migrated from Central Asia, possibly from the region around the Caspian Sea. This migration, known as the Turkic migrations, was a common phenomenon during the medieval period and contributed to the formation of various Turkic states across Eurasia. Around the year 1299, Osman Bertrand, a charismatic leader from the Kayi tribe, laid the foundation for what would become the Ottoman state. The Kayi Turks were part of the larger Oghuz Turkic tribal confederation. Osman's strategic vision and military prowess played a pivotal role in consolidating the scattered Turkic tribes in Anatolia. This period marked the beginning of the Ottoman state, as Osman and his successors gradually expanded their influence over neighboring regions. The establishment of the Ottoman state gained momentum with the leadership of Osman's son, Orhan Röst. Orhan succeeded his father in 1326 and continued the expansionist policies that defined the early Ottoman rulers. Notably, the capture of the city of Bursa in 1326 marked a significant milestone for the Ottomans. Bursa's conquest provided the Ottomans with a strategic base and valuable resources, setting the stage for further territorial gains. The Ottoman state's rise was not merely a result of military conquests, it was also marked by a shrewd administrative system and a flexible approach to governance. Osman and Orhan established a system that allowed them to integrate diverse populations, including Christians and Jews, into their realm. This inclusivity contributed to the empire's longevity and resilience. The establishment of the Ottoman state and its subsequent expansion under Osman Bertrand and Orhan I marked a crucial phase in the formation of one of the most significant empires in history. This period, spanning the late 13th to the early 14th century, laid the foundation for the Ottoman Empire's rise to power. The origins of the Ottoman state can be traced to the leadership of Osman Bertrand, who emerged as a prominent figure in the volatile political landscape of Anatolia during the late 13th century. The Turkic tribes, including the Kayi tribe to which Osman belonged, were migrating from Central Asia, seeking new opportunities and territories. Osman's charisma, military acumen, and strategic vision set him apart, allowing him to consolidate the disparate Turkic tribes in the region. Around 1299, Osman Bertrand declared independence from the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, signaling the formal establishment of the Ottoman state. The new entity was a principality with its capital in Sogut, a strategic location that facilitated communication and trade routes. Osman adopted a unique title, Bey, meaning chief or lord, which would later evolve into the more prestigious title of Sultan as the Ottoman state expanded. Osman's reign laid the groundwork for expansion, but it was his son, Orhan Röst, who significantly expanded the territorial reach of the Ottoman state. Orhan succeeded his father in 1326 and continued the momentum of conquest and consolidation. His reign was marked by strategic military campaigns and administrative innovations that would shape the empire's future trajectory. Orhan's expansionist policies focused primarily on Anatolia, a region characterized by political fragmentation and the presence of various rival Turkic principalities. The Ottoman forces, under Orhan's leadership, engaged in a series of successful campaigns to bring these territories under Ottoman control. Notable conquests during this period included Eskişehir, İnegöl, and Bilecik. These conquests were not solely military in nature. Orhan employed a pragmatic and diplomatic approach to expand Ottoman influence. The Ottoman state often entered alliances with neighboring principalities or integrated local rulers into the administrative structure, creating a patchwork of territories under Ottoman suzerainty. The pinnacle of Orhan's early conquests was the capture of Bursa in 1326. Bursa, a strategically located city south of Constantinople, held immense economic and symbolic significance. The conquest of Bursa not only provided the Ottomans with a prosperous urban center, but also served as a stepping stone for further expansion into western Anatolia. The capture of Bursa marked a turning point in Ottoman history. It became the new capital of the Ottoman state, replacing Sogut, and underwent significant urban development. The city's transformation into a thriving economic and cultural hub solidified Ottoman authority in the region and attracted skilled artisans, traders, and scholars. Moreover, Bursa's conquest opened access to the Sea of Marmara, facilitating maritime trade and establishing the Ottomans as key players in regional commerce. The city's strategic location became a launching pad for future Ottoman maritime endeavors, setting the stage for the empire's expansion into the Balkans and the broader Mediterranean. The reign of Murad II. The reign of Murad II, from 1421 to 1444, and then again from 1446 to 1451, played a crucial role in shaping the Ottoman Empire's trajectory during the 15th century. Murad II faced significant military and political challenges, and his leadership skills were put to the test during conflicts such as the Battle of Varna and the Ottoman-Safavid conflicts. The Battle of Varna, fought on November 10, 1444, was a pivotal moment during Murad II's reign. It took place between the Ottoman Empire, led by Murad II, and a combined Christian army consisting of forces from Hungary, Poland, and the Papal States. Despite facing a numerically superior enemy, Murad II demonstrated tactical brilliance, leading his troops to victory. The battle resulted in a significant loss for the Christian coalition, and it temporarily halted their efforts to curb Ottoman expansion in the Balkans. The Ottoman-Safavid conflicts, which occurred during Murad II's reign, were characterized by territorial disputes and religious differences between the Sunni Ottomans and the Shiite Safavids. One notable engagement took place in 1444, when Shah Jahan, the leader of the Safavids, launched an incursion into Ottoman territories. Murad II responded with a successful military campaign, securing Ottoman dominance in the contested regions. The conflicts between the Ottomans and Safavids continued beyond Murad II's reign, eventually escalating into a more protracted struggle during the reign of his successor, Mehmed II. These conflicts had lasting implications for the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East, setting the stage for centuries of rivalry between the Ottoman and Safavid empires. Murad II's reign also saw the Ottoman Empire navigate internal challenges, particularly in dealing with the Janissaries, the elite infantry of the Ottoman army. Murad II skillfully managed to suppress Janissary revolts and maintain the stability of the empire. His diplomatic acumen was evident in his successful negotiations with the rivaling European powers, ensuring a temporary peace in the aftermath of the Battle of Varna. The reign of Mehmed II. Mehmed II, commonly known as Mehmed the Conqueror, left a lasting legacy on the Ottoman Empire during his reign from 1444 to 1446, and then from 1451 to 1481. His rule was characterized by significant military achievements, most notably the conquest of Constantinople in 1453, which altered the course of history. The pinnacle of Mehmed II's reign was the conquest of Constantinople, a city that had withstood numerous sieges for centuries. In 1453, Mehmed II, at the age of 21, successfully breached the formidable walls of Constantinople, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. The Ottoman forces utilized innovative tactics, including the construction of massive cannons like the famous basilica, which played a decisive role in overcoming the city's defenses. The fall of Constantinople had profound implications for the Ottoman Empire, transforming it into a transcontinental power with a new capital. Following the conquest of Constantinople, Mehmed II embarked on a campaign to expand Ottoman influence into the Balkans. In 1456, Mehmed II secured the strategically important city of Belgrade after a prolonged siege. This victory solidified Ottoman control over key Balkan territories and strengthened their position in southeastern Europe. Mehmed's military prowess and strategic vision were evident as he continued to annex regions in the Balkans, securing Ottoman dominance in areas that had been contested for decades. Simultaneously, Mehmed II turned his attention towards the Levant, initiating military campaigns to extend Ottoman territories into the eastern Mediterranean. In 1460, Mehmed II captured the Peloponnese region, incorporating it into the Ottoman Empire and further expanding Ottoman influence in the Mediterranean. The conquest of the Morea, Peloponnese, secured vital trade routes and maritime access, establishing the Ottomans as a major naval power in the region. Mehmed II's reign witnessed not only military conquests, but also significant cultural and administrative developments. Mehmed II promoted architectural projects, including the construction of grand mosques, palaces, and public buildings in Constantinople, leaving a lasting impact on the city's skyline. He also implemented administrative reforms, streamlining governance and promoting a more centralized system. Suleiman the Great. Suleiman the Magnificent, who reigned from 1520 to 1566, is often regarded as one of the greatest Ottoman rulers. His rule was characterized by military successes, cultural advancements, and transformative changes in the Ottoman military and governance. Suleiman's military campaigns and conquests were central to his legacy. Under his leadership, the Ottoman Empire reached its zenith, One of the most significant military achievements was the conquest of Belgrade in 1521, providing the Ottomans with a strategic stronghold in the Balkans. The following year, Suleiman led a successful campaign against the Kingdom of Hungary, culminating in the Battle of Mohacs in 1526, where the Ottoman forces decisively defeated the Hungarian army. This victory opened the gates for Ottoman expansion into Central Europe. In 1529, Suleiman initiated the First Ottoman Siege of Vienna, aiming to establish Ottoman control over the Habsburg territories. Although the siege was ultimately unsuccessful, it showcased the Ottoman military's strength and determination to extend its influence deep into Europe. Suleiman's military prowess reached its peak with the capture of Rhodes in 1522 and the annexation of the entire Kingdom of Hungary by the 1540s, solidifying Ottoman dominance in southeastern Europe. Suleiman's reign also witnessed remarkable cultural and administrative achievements. He was a patron of the arts and sciences, fostering a vibrant cultural environment in the Ottoman court. The famous Ottoman architect Mimar Sinan, under Suleiman's patronage, designed and constructed numerous architectural masterpieces, including the Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul, reflecting the grandeur of Ottoman architecture during the period. Administratively, Suleiman implemented significant reforms, organizing and systematizing the Ottoman legal code with the creation of the Kanunnames, legal codes, that regulated various aspects of governance. His reign is often referred to as the Golden Age, due to the flourishing of literature, arts and sciences, as well as the successful synthesis of Ottoman, Persian, and Arab cultural influences. The transformation of the Ottoman military and governance was a hallmark of Suleiman's rule. He modernized the Ottoman military by introducing new infantry and artillery tactics, making it one of the most formidable forces of the time. Suleiman also restructured the administrative apparatus, creating a centralized bureaucracy to streamline governance. The Grand Vizier, Ibrahim Pasha, played a crucial role in implementing these reforms, contributing to the efficient administration of the vast Ottoman territories. Decline and transformation. The Ottoman Empire, even though known for their might, has faced significant military setbacks and external pressures during its expansive history. Two notable episodes that underscored these challenges were the Battle of Lepanto and the Ottoman-Habsburg Wars. The Battle of Lepanto, fought on October 7, 1571, was a pivotal naval engagement that marked a significant setback for the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Navy, commanded by Grand Admiral Muzinzade Ali Pasha, clashed with the Holy League, a coalition primarily comprising the naval forces of the Papal States, Spain, and the Holy Roman Empire. The conflict occurred in the Gulf of Patras, near the western coast of Greece. The Holy League, led by Don John of Austria, sought to curtail Ottoman naval dominance in the Mediterranean and respond to Ottoman expansion in Europe. Despite being outnumbered, the Holy League achieved a decisive victory, destroying or capturing a significant portion of the Ottoman fleet. The defeat at Lepanto severely weakened the Ottoman navy, disrupting their naval supremacy and challenging their control over key maritime trade routes. The Battle of Lepanto is often seen as a turning point in the Ottoman-Habsburg struggle and marked the decline of Ottoman naval power. The defeat did not immediately lead to a significant territorial loss, but it curtailed the Ottomans' ability to project force in the Mediterranean, influencing subsequent power dynamics in the region. Another instance is the Ottoman-Habsburg Wars, a series of conflicts spanning several centuries, characterized by territorial contests between the Ottoman Empire and the Habsburg monarchy. The Habsburg monarchy, led by rulers such as Charles V and later Philip II of Spain, sought to resist Ottoman territorial expansion into Europe, particularly in the Balkans and Hungary. One notable episode within the Ottoman-Habsburg Wars was the Siege of Vienna in 1529. Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent led the Ottoman forces in an attempt to capture Vienna, a strategic stronghold for the Habsburgs. The siege, however, proved unsuccessful for the Ottomans, marking a significant setback. The Habsburg resistance, combined with unfavorable weather conditions and logistical challenges, thwarted the Ottoman advance. The failure to capture Vienna represented a turning point in Ottoman expansion into Central Europe. The Ottoman-Habsburg Wars continued with intermittent conflicts, including the Long War, 1593-1606, and the Great Turkish War. These wars often resulted in a complex and shifting balance of power, with both sides experiencing victories and defeats. The Treaty of Karlowitz in 1699 marked a significant turning point, with the Ottomans ceding substantial territories to the Habsburgs in southeastern Europe. These military setbacks and external pressures had long-lasting repercussions for the Ottoman Empire. While the empire remained a significant power, these conflicts highlighted its vulnerabilities and marked the beginning of a gradual decline. the Ottoman Habsburg Wars contributed to shaping the geopolitical landscape of Europe and the Middle East, influencing the trajectory of both empires. In the waning years of the Ottoman Empire, a confluence of economic challenges and internal strife contributed significantly to its decline. The once prosperous Ottoman economy faced a severe downturn, primarily attributed to a decline in trade. The discovery of new sea routes circumventing traditional Ottoman trade routes and the establishment of direct sea routes to Asia shifted the dynamics of global trade. European powers engaged in direct trade with Asia, bypassing Ottoman-controlled territories and eroding the empire's role as an intermediary in lucrative spice and silk trades. This decline in trade not only impacted the Ottoman state's revenue, but also weakened its economic standing. Financial mismanagement and corruption within the bureaucratic apparatus further crippled the Ottoman economy, exacerbating internal tensions. A notable manifestation of internal strife was the transformation of the Janissaries, once a formidable military force, into a source of disruption. Originally an elite infantry composed of slave soldiers, the Janissaries evolved into a powerful political entity. Their loyalty shifted from the Sultan to their own interests, leading to corruption, indiscipline, and acts of defiance against the central authority. Janissary revolts, exemplified by the uprising in 1595, highlighted their resistance to reform and underscored the breakdown of traditional military structures within the empire. To address these challenges and confront the internal decay, the Ottoman leadership initiated the Tanzimat reforms in the mid-19th century. The Tanzimat era, meaning reorganization or reordering, aimed at modernizing the empire and ensuring its survival amidst external pressures. The Tanzimat reforms brought about significant administrative changes, dismantling the traditional timer system, a feudal landholding structure. In its place, a more centralized bureaucracy emerged, and provincial governors, known as valis, gained increased authority directly from the central government. This administrative restructuring sought to curb local autonomy, enhance efficiency, and strengthen the Ottoman state. Parallel to administrative changes, legal reforms were introduced during the Tanzimat era. The Tanzimat Edict of 1839 and subsequent legal codes aimed to establish a more equitable and uniform legal framework. These reforms emphasized principles such as equality before the law and the protection of individual rights, aligning the Ottoman legal system with contemporary Western standards. However, the ambitious Tanzimat reforms faced resistance from conservative factions within the Ottoman Empire. The pace of change and the perceived threat to established power structures fueled internal tensions, complicating the implementation of these reforms. The Tanzimat and Young Turk era. The Tanzimat period, spanning the mid-19th to early 20th centuries, marked a pivotal phase in the Ottoman Empire's attempts to modernize and adapt to a changing world. Led by reformist figures such as Sultan Mahmud II, the Tanzimat reforms aimed at westernizing the Ottoman state, introducing administrative, legal, and social changes influenced by European models. The Tanzimat Edict of 1839 was a cornerstone, emphasizing a more equitable legal framework and promoting individual rights. Social and legal reforms sought to bring the Ottoman Empire in line with Western standards, abolishing practices like enslavement through the Hati Humayun of 1856 and emphasizing equality before the law with the Hati Serif of Gulhan in 1839. These measures aimed to create a more inclusive and egalitarian society. Economic changes were also a focal point, with the establishment of the Ottoman Bank in 1856, supported by British and French interests. This financial institution facilitated foreign investments, contributing to the Ottoman Empire's efforts to modernize its economy. However, despite these initiatives, the Ottoman Empire struggled to keep pace with the rapid economic transformations occurring in the Western world. The Tanzimat era set the stage for the Young Turk movement, which emerged in the early 20th century as a response to perceived shortcomings in the Tanzimat reforms. The Young Turks advocated for constitutional government, nationalism, and modernization. The Young Turk Revolution of 1908 forced Sultan Abdul Hamid II to reinstate the constitution, ushering in a constitutional monarchy and marking a significant departure from autocratic rule. The Committee of Union and Progress, CUP, a secret society formed in 1906, played a pivotal role in the Young Turk movement. Comprising military officers, bureaucrats, and intellectuals, the CUP aimed to modernize the Ottoman state. In 1908, they successfully pushed for the reinstatement of the Ottoman constitution, heralding a period of political reform. Constitutional changes followed, leading to the establishment of a constitutional monarchy. The Ottoman parliament gained legislative powers, and the Sultan's authority was curtailed. However, internal conflicts within the Young Turk leadership and external pressures, including the Balkan Wars and World War I, challenged the stability of the constitutional system. The Ottoman Empire's involvement in World War I had profound consequences. Initially neutral, it joined the Central Powers in 1914. Facing military defeats and internal strife, the empire's international standing suffered. The Armenian genocide during this period added to the challenges and further weakened the Ottoman Empire. The Treaty of Sèvres in 1920 aimed to partition the Ottoman Empire, but strong opposition from Turkish nationalists, led by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, resulted in the Turkish War of Independence in 1919. The successful resistance led to the establishment of the Republic of Turkey in 1923. Atatürk, the leader of the nationalist movement, implemented sweeping reforms to modernize Turkey. These included the abolition of the Ottoman Sultanate, the adoption of a new legal code, and the introduction of Western-style political, social, and educational institutions.